Good morning. It's good to be with you this morning. I want to take a few seconds here to talk about the possibilities of reopening. We had our discussion last night with the deacons and the staff, and we've kind of come up with a plan that of a what we call a slow open. Okay, starting the 17th of May, we will be broadcasting live from the church. We'll have the music team here. I'll be doing my message from here. I believe Dawn and Mary are going to do their Sunday school from the Sunday school room. So, like I said, we will be live. It will be an opportunity for us to kind of test out some of our technology. But we're not going to do a complete opening until June the 7th. June the 7th, we will have worship service, Sunday school and worship service, and we'll carry that through the month of June. Sunday school and worship service, till no night service until probably July. Wednesday night, we're looking at starting that back about the middle of June. We need to check and see whether camp is actually going to take place. If it does, it'll start the week after camp. So those are kind of the decisions that we reached, the conclusions that we released last night. Now we still have to meet with the church council and get their input, but that basically is the pattern we're going to use. We'll broadcast live from the church on the 17th, the 24th, and on the 31st. So you'll be adding in a new element, you might say, because the worship team's going to be here and they're going to be doing the music, and I'll do the preaching from the pulpit. A very short congregation, probably just those of us that are involved in the teaching part and putting the program on itself. But that's kind of what we looked at. There's the restrictions that we've seen are still very tight on congregational worship. Everybody that would come would have to wear a mask and would sit 6 foot apart. Families would be probably bunched onto one pew and then separated by another pew. And about the most we could accommodate, we figured last night, is between 50 and 60 in the congregational opening. So it was suggested that we wait until June the 7th for our major reopening. Hopefully that restrictions will be lifted by then. There may be some that are still there, but that's kind of the plan at this moment. So if you have any questions about that, please call us here at the church and I'll share that with you. Along that line, we need to restore our focus. What are we focusing on and doing for the Lord? In 2 Chronicles 19:11, it says this: behave courageously, and the Lord will be with the good. Now, the Lord told that to Jehoshaphat, who was king of Judah at that time. He was the ruler that basically was a good ruler. You know, during the Old Testament, some of them were not very good rulers, but Jehoshaphat was. He served the Lord well in contrast to the rule of Ahab in Israel. He removed the places of the idol worship and restored the people's focus on Jehovah. The Lord strengthened Jehovah's rule, or Jehoshaphat's rule, and the fear of the Lord fell on the enemies of Judah. His biggest error in judgment came when he aligned himself in battle with Ahab. Even then, he sought counsel of God's prophet, but still went to war alongside Ahab. The prophet Micah warned that Ahab would die in the battle, and so he did at the hand of an unnamed warrior that shot an arrow at random. The arrow found the breast of Ahab. It is no mistake that God will protect us even when we err, but we must remember and return to his will and follow closely his ways. In chapter 19, Jehoshaphat set up godly judges across Judah. He commanded them that they should judge faithfully and with a perfect heart. He concluded that the verse noted above about behaving courageously. These men were to deal courageously when passing judgment on matters before them. He instructed them to educate their roles basically in such a way that they would have the Lord with them in all of their business. Maybe that's what we need to be doing now, is refocusing all of our understanding upon the Lord, even our business, even our home life. Maybe we just need to have a refocusing time. Make it our desire to deal with people in such a way that they conclude that God is with you, and then they have a desire to follow the Lord as their Savior. When we follow, others will follow. They'll ask questions, and when they do, that's the opportunity we're looking for to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. So, behave courageously, and the Lord will be with the good. Refocus our ministry. God bless you. Have a great morning.